say it if it was a Liverpool player doing it.
So, I mean, the first thing I just look at Jurgen Klopp. It was the first thing I saw. I seen the goal and I just seen Klopp running, and Martin Tyler was looking at the goal, and I just seen Klopp, and I just look at Jurgen Klopp because you don't see that, you know, a manager running on. Listen, be honest.
I thought it was brilliant.
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 I think he'd have said it whoever they were playing.
If he was sat there watching,
he'd have said it whoever they were playing.
He probably will get a fine or something because you can't have managers run on the pitch. I get all that, but I think some of the things that are being said are just ridiculous. Just get down the tunnel. You've won a game, 3 points. You've been brilliant. They're back in the title race. Get down the tunnel. Really, it was a brilliant moment. A moment every supporter would love to see their manager do.
Did he say anything about Klopp though when Klopp ran on the pitch?
I bet he did. I bet he would.
Oh, we'll look back for it.
I bet he would.
Look at Jurgen Klopp!
He was in comms. He was giving it. Look at Jurgen.
You don't know he was on comms. You've just made that up.
Quite as high.
You don't know he was at comms.
He was on comms.
He was doing comms for Liverpool Everton game. You sure about that?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll check that out.
Run on and hug a player or involved in the goal. And it'll be a moment that'll be shown for years. Klopp running on, jumping into the arms of the. Yeah, no, just different things.
I mean, for me with the celebrations, I think, look, I've gone past the idea of sort of having a go at teams for celebrating. I just still think there's a little bit of immaturity in their celebrations.
Even Man United had one, didn't he? But obviously Brian Kidd. I think Pep Guardiola ran on the pitch last season when I think Sterling scored in the last minute, and that was brilliant. I remember seeing it, a camera from behind the goal, and Klopp. Guardiola actually running on, jumping into Sterling, all the players. Yeah, brilliant. Massive moments when you get a late. Just get down the tunnel. You've won a game, 3 points. You've been brilliant. They're back in the title race. Get down the tunnel.
People have thought for years that I'm just making this stuff up. That I see the way Man United and I see the way Arsenal are treated by the media is different, and it's some sort of conspiracy theory. I don't believe in conspiracy theories, but this is real. This is not a theory. There you see Jamie Carragher praising the absolute madness celebration from Jurgen Klopp. And by the way, I actually agree with him. These things create iconic moments in the Premier League, where he ran on and hugged Alisson and everything that he did. He praised Pep. He's praised the Man United one. But suddenly, in the last 18 months, whenever Arsenal have had big celebrations, by the way, massive games, last-minute winners, keeping themselves in the title race, beating huge teams, it's been laughed at, it's been condemned, it's been called immature, and I think they're talking out of both sides of their mouth. And this video, 110% exposes this. Now, hit the like button. Please make sure you're subscribing to the Terrace as well. Let's take a little listen in real time without the music to what Carragher has had to say here.
So, I mean, the first thing I just look at Jurgen Klopp. It was the first thing I saw. I seen the goal and I just seen Klopp running, and Martin Tyler was looking at the goal, and I just seen Klopp, and I just look at Jurgen Klopp because you don't see that, you know, a manager running on. Listen, be honest. I thought it was brilliant.
He says it's brilliant. First of all, Danny Murphy, the way he was defending Carragher, because he knows Carragher's wrong. How do you know, Jim White, that he was on comms that day? We all remember it. We all watched it because it's an iconic moment. We know Jamie's voice is very distinctive. We knew that he was there. We also knew, we just didn't have the evidence of it, that he'd praised this before. Now he's slagging off celebrations. The hypocrisy is a madness.
He probably will get a fine or something because you can't have managers run on the pitch. I get all that, but I think some of the things that are being said are just ridiculous.
Exactly. But when it's someone you love, a team that you support, that you have an affinity with, you say it's fine. Now it's Arsenal because you have a hatred for them, or you're playing a character. You either dislike them, or you're scared of them, or you have a problem with them, or you're literally playing a character. Sky are paying you to say things you don't really believe. And people say they're copying YouTube. No, most YouTubers I know say what they actually think, as opposed to, I'm going to say X, Y, and Z because I think it's going to get the right kind of reaction.
Really, it was a brilliant moment. A moment every supporter would love to see their manager do. Run.
Exactly. Every single supporter loves to see their manager have an amazing celebration. But yet you tell Arsenal fans every single week that it's an immaturity, it's an embarrassment, that it should not happen. Again, the lies here towards Arsenal are an abomination.
On and hug a player or involved in the goal. And it'll be a moment that'll be shown for years. Klopp running on, jumping into the arms of the...
Graham Souness in Turkey.
Yeah, no, just different things. Even Man United had one, didn't they? Obviously, Brian Kidd. I think Pep Guardiola ran on the pitch last season when I think Sterling scored in the last minute, and that was brilliant. I remember seeing it. A camera from behind the goal, and Klopp, Guardiola actually...
It's really mad because all those managers have been celebrated for their celebrations. The only one who doesn't is Arteta. And as much as I'm not an Arsenal fan and it probably shouldn't bother me, I know that this is going to happen to a manager at my club. I know that's the way the media are gearing up for things. So I'm just setting the groundwork now, if I'm being absolutely honest. Now, it isn't the only thing that's come out in the last 24 hours that I think's mad. A clip of me kind of went viral of me talking about why Arsenal fans are frustrated and angry. And in the video, I go on to state Arsenal fans get annoyed because the game in isolation is being reviewed. And in the build up to the game, Arsenal fans are told it's all or nothing. If you don't win, your season's over. If you don't win, there's no progression. It's an absolute travesty if you lose. They win the game. And instead of being praised for that win, that they said was all important, or listening to the analysis around that individual game and why they were so good, the goalposts are moved to the celebration police. The goalposts are moved to, well, City are going to win the league anyway, so today wasn't really that important, was it? The rhetoric changes, the story changes. And I understand why they get frustrated because they just want there to be some consistency. So this video of me went viral that Arsenal fans shared, and Lee Gunner then shared the video. And first of all, we said pundits are not praising a club on a 20-year title drought after bottling 8 points last season with the dead emoji. But that's an irrelevant counter argument because in the video, I clearly state that the pundits will praise Villa for this season. They'll praise Spurs for their individual games, but they have nowhere near the same energy for Arsenal. They deflect to the teams that are better. All I'm saying is Arsenal fans are frustrated because the energy isn't the same. If every team that was on a long drought of not winning a league, every time they won a football match, if every time Spurs win this season, somebody said, yeah, but Arsenal and City and Liverpool are better than them, so why does it matter? Then I think you'd have a point there. The third point, I want to go to the middle one last, was furthermore, loads of praise, but they don't get people online the most clicks. And I think what he's saying there, Lee, is for Sky, it's better to slag off Arsenal than praise them. Maybe that's what he's saying. I'm not too sure. But the middle point is what stood out to me. For Lee Gunner to say this, and I've had a few Arsenal fans say it, who are part of Standard FC. He states, doesn't matter what anyone says in the media, it doesn't stop Arsenal winning a title. And I think, well, if that's your stance and you don't think what anybody in the media says, what anybody says publicly about Arsenal will stop them from winning a league title, fair. But that also means nothing anyone in the media says, anybody in the fan media space says, anybody with influence says will make them win the league title. Therefore, why do you personally have such disdain for fans or media pundits or ex-pros or legends of your club who you believe lower the standards? If things that people say and do in the media, social media, etc., have no impact on your club winning or losing, why do you get frustrated over it? Why are you not just vibing out on Arsenal and enjoying the wins and being annoyed when you lose, but taking each game as it comes and being relaxed? You push this narrative and it's fair. And I think a lot of your standards are accurate for Arsenal. And I've always said that. But you believe if the standards are held up high and the right attitude is pushed out there and the right behaviors are pushed out there, it's going to impact and improve Arsenal. But in the same very breath here, you're stating that the media being unfair or people lying about your club, nothing that's negatively done towards Arsenal could ever have an impact on stopping them from winning. But you believe what is your, I wouldn't call it positivity, but your standards are going to make them better if everybody adheres to it. Again, I see a contradiction in that. It's either fans, the media, social media can improve a football team or it can't. And if it can't improve a football team, then I would agree that it can't hurt one either. But if it can hurt one because the standards are too low, then surely lies and hypocrisy and nonsense being said can also destabilize a team. Which is it? I'd love to get the answers from you here. Again, Lee, big friend of the channel, great guy, but I don't understand how somebody who is maybe the king of Standard FC that holds standards high because he believes that gets teams to the top thinks that nothing anybody says can stop Arsenal from winning when he says everything he says would make Arsenal win. I don't get it. Listen, leave us your comments below. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. Until next time, take care. Goodbye, God bless, and we'll see you all again soon.